My name is Diana Hamadi. I am a lawyer in the UAE with right of audience before the UAE courts, including the IFC. My passion for law, as I remember, was, I can say, young passion. My father was a lawyer. He was one of the few early lawyers in the country. Raised by a lawyer makes you passionate about the law, especially the robe that he wore every day when he left the house. That robe with the white fur on the side always got my attention, and I always wanted to wear it and look how I would look into it. It did not have a pocket. That was, always I wondered what was about the pocket. Why could I put my hand through it? And there was no pocket. And his answer was always that lawyers should not be paid for the services that they provide. This is a genuinely ethical, prestigious job that requires people to give it from their hearts and not expect a return. Now, obviously, that was the history of the practice, which is not applicable nowadays. But I always adored that robe, and I still have it until now, and that's what I wear for my appearances at the court. I did not like criminal law. I always remembered my dad saying that I was not made for criminal law. Although he was a criminal lawyer, but there was something about me being a woman, I guess, that he did not like the criminal law for me. So when I started going to court, I always looked at that side of the court where women looked like unhappy. Everything looked so sad about that part of the court. And I remember very well that I always avoided it so much that I didn't even want to look twice. And one day, in my robe at the court, this young Emirati girl comes to me and asks me just for a favor. I didn't know what to say, so when I asked her what she wanted, she said that she has been sleeping in Al Mimzer Park for the last month because her husband kicked her out of the house, changed the locks, and her 2-year-old baby was in the house. I swear at that moment, I just looked at her. I wanted to tell her that I did not even know what family law was like. I didn't even know where to go. I didn't know where the family law judges were. But I just couldn't say any of this. I took her by hand and I went into the court asking everyone, where is the summary court judge of the family law court? And somebody told me that was the judge there. I went there and I was crying, and I told him about what is happening to this lady. And she was a young girl, literally in her early 20s, studying in the afternoon at the higher colleges of technology, trying to get a job in a couple of years with a husband who obviously was alcoholic, and he just kicked her out of the house. She had no mother, no father, a brother who his wife could not take her in her house. That was the moment I decided that there are people there that need help. And maybe in my position at that time, I was the person who was able to help them. Gradually, my practice as a family law lawyer expanded to the extent where I have now international people from all over the world. So I represent the English, the French, the Indian, the Australian, the South African, everybody that lives in the UAE who is able to get representation before the courts. I am there and I do it for them. I think this is the practice that gets women more involved because we are mothers, I guess, and this is what we can do best.